welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're at St. Nicholas Fortress. Now supposedly there's a little path to get across to the fortress. We'll have a go, see if I can get there. Definitely get the drone up providing I can get a signal, but it's something that's of an interest for me. I'm all into castles and fortresses and all that sort of stuff, so we'll have a look and see what we see. But it's another lovely setting along the Croatian coast, and we're pretty close to, but not that close to, Šibenik. So that'll give you an idea. Hopefully I'll be able to pop up a little map to show you exactly where it is on the Google Maps. So without further delay, let's check it all out. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of cars behind me. It's very much a touristy spot, and I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit better than what we've got. That's the fortress, St. Nicholas Fortress, and hopefully we can walk across. I can see people walking across, so that shouldn't be much of a drama. It's a bit of a hike. We've got to go through that little sort of area there, and there's some boats here, and yes, very much a touristy thing, and we'll check it out. Hopefully we can get on top. If we can't, we can't. But yeah, definitely get the drone up for sure. And I don't know if you can see right in the middle of your screen now, there is a lighthouse. That's also of some significance. I'll probably just go there, have a look myself, but not do a video of it. Otherwise, this country, Croatia or Hrvatska, just has too many things to look at and to reminisce about later when you're not here. But it's just one thing after another. So we'll continue on and let's make our way there. So there is a really easy path to walk along. There's kids' playground areas. Fishing, I'd imagine, would be pretty good around here as well. There's our fort. And as you can see, as I pan around to the left, it's an easy walk. Nice and flat. And there are quite a number of boards giving you an idea of what this sort of area is about. It talks about the estuary, about the port, and some other things that I don't have any interest in, and I think it's just an excuse to put a board up. I think when I was reading it, I thought, oh, okay, well, fair enough. Obviously, if you're into marine life, I guess it's important. Let's check out this next board. But I can see people fishing, so maybe there's some information there for those keen fishermen that need to know about the depth. It talks a lot about the depth of the water in this area, which I think is irrelevant for what I'm about to do. So we've just passed another board, and it talks about the fauna here that is able to grow quite successfully in salty water. So that's interesting. It makes it look everything a little bit greener. These plants have adopted to a salty lifestyle. And once again, looks like you can bring your bikes here. A lot of fun. Should be good. So here we have a serious fisherman doing his thing as a hobby, which is just great. Now I can tell you that the water is extremely clear. You can see out for quite some distance. I don't know if it shows up in the camera, but the water here, even though it's salty, it is very clear. So, okay, so onto this, sort of looks like a little bit of an island. We'll walk through here. The other thing I've noticed is you can bring your dogs here as well, which is also great. Now, I'm not sure if these are genuine ruins, part of St. Nicholas's fort, but I don't know. And this is just the path, or the path, I should say, as we're walking through this little island to get there. Now, it doesn't look like we're too far away from the island, and as I've seen from the distance, people have been able to cross it. Not sure about this building here on the right. That looks a little bit too modern in comparison to the fortress. But then I've given up trying to work out what's old and what's not. Some of the stuff, they use the same techniques for how many hundreds of years, and something that might appear only 100 years old could be in fact 500 years old, because they're using the same technique and the same building material to make their buildings. I guess a historian or a person more knowledgeable about architecture can give us more insight. But I am inclined to think this is a little bit older than usual, because the mortar, I don't know if I can point to that correctly, the mortar's full of seashells. Now, I'm not sure what era this was built in. This is the island between where I've parked my car, where the children's swings were, and the actual fortress, and there are some steps that will take you downstairs. So we'll go have a look. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we go right down here, and I'm wondering if this is part of the fortress, and I don't believe it is. I would say this has got something to do, I can't go any further, it's too dark. Well, I'm hesitant to guess that this is something to do with the Second World War, as some sort of fortifications for that. There's too much steelworks for it to be older. So I'm only going to guess and say this is part of maybe some fortress for the Second World War, or whoever was here at the time. And as you can see, it's quite deep. And it's in the middle of the island that leads you to the fortress. And this does appear to be more like bunkers, and some sort of bunker. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of bunker that's situated as you walk towards the fortress. So it's worth stopping and just having a bit of a look. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is the bunker right here. So I'd assume this is maybe a German bunker. And I think if I can go in there, I will. But yeah. I don't know if you can see this at all. There is a slit here that shows you the view outside. Not sure if that comes through the camera that well. So this is a bunker. I would say World War II, and it's on the little island. As you it's a bit awkward to get in and out of. That's okay. Get in and out of to get to that fortress. So that's a pleasant surprise. So yeah, these are really steep. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe half a dozen of these bunkers. I'll go down this one as well. This one looks pretty good. A little bit more accessible. As we go down, very steep, steeper than most. And once again, you cannot sort of see much in there. And unfortunately, we won't go any further because some people think it's a toilet. So we won't continue down that one, which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, there's more than one bunker. So here's a few more over here. And you can cover a big area if these are... See, there's another one down there. But unfortunately, over time, people have used them as toilets. I was lucky the first one I went into was okay. And another one. And I'll go around the front. Let's see what we see. There's also some sort of slot where they can view out. Oh no, it's all overgrown. But the view they'd have is of that huge space that opens up. So you'd see a lot of ships coming and going to radio ahead, I guess, to other bunkers that have some sort of cannons or something to volley the passing boats if they're not friendly. And I'm only going to guess and say it was during the Second World War. So I don't know if the Germans occupied this spot or the Italians, as they were allies with Germany. So who's to say? But there you go. That's just my take on things. We're back to where the walkway is. And I'll just pan back again, and you can see how those bunkers, or those spots, really have a commanding view of this whole area of anyone that's coming or going from this location or bypassing this location. Now I will assume that says do not anchor here because of the marine life that they're trying to protect. And once again, this is another angle to St. Nicholas Fortress. Now, just in the middle of the screen, I'll see if I can zoom in a bit. There appears to be some sort of stairs there. Now, if that's for maintenance and not for public use, we'll find out when we get there. So here's another information plaque. It seems that it's UNESCO protected for its natural area. Okay, let's make our way across. Now, what I can tell you is the St. Nicholas Fortress lies in its original form and significant Renaissance architectural solutions. So in 2017, it was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. So there you go. They believe it was Venetian works of defence between the 16th and 17th centuries. So that gives you a timeline of when it was built. Now I can tell you, you better have some sturdy footwear or it's going to be quite difficult to cross here. Can be done. I'm sure you can do it with bare feet. But there are some slippery bits on either side, so stick to the middle and you'll be okay. Now I think we might be lucky, that staircase there on the side, there's a path running to it, so there's every chance we can go up it. But we'll find out only when we actually get there, or if it might be cordoned off. But fingers crossed, otherwise it's just a walk around a very large building. There is a concrete sort of plate, or a stone plate, and it states 1833. I would have thought this was much older, but that's what it says. So that could be the actual build of this fortress. And there's a stairwell. I'm not sure if we can use it, but we'll find out in a second. And yes, we can access it. There's nothing stopping anyone from, it doesn't go anywhere. That's the problem. Not sure if you can see that. I'll zoom in. Yeah, you can't. There's nothing to access. I'm guessing that must be at one stage you could have. Now I can just see a little lizard there. I don't know if you can catch that. He's got a little way in through that little gap. Oh, there's a fair few. I don't know if you can see all that. So there you go. So we've got some lizards there. Now, I'm not sure how people used to get into this fortress. Maybe that's the reason it's survived. People haven't been able to get in. And maybe people weren't able to get out either. But we'll find out, maybe there's something more to see on the other side. Now, just a little update. That little plaque there that said 1833 with REM as the initials above it, or REN I should say. There's another one here that says REN 1832. So you got one at 1833 and this one's at 1832. So maybe that's when repairs were done? I don't know. But once again, we're at a dead end and you can't get into this place. And the only way you can is via a jetty, which I think is on the side. I'm just going to step down here. If you hear a big splash, that's because I've probably fallen in. And oh, you can't see it, but just around the side there, I did note there was some sort of jetty there to park up a boat. I think that's a job for the drone, so we'll get the drone up to have a look. And this is the view looking back to where we started from. So we started off directly pretty much in the middle of your screen where that old, well not old, but what appears to be a sailing boat, blue for the base or for the hull, and there you have it. Now I'm wondering what kind of sailing ship this came off, or if it was a sailing ship, but this is huge. This is taller than 6 foot, maybe even 7 foot there. There's no mention of where the anchor came from. And on the pier I've noticed there's a diving boat. So if you're into diving, this is supposedly a good place for it, or in this area. Okay. Now I'll just jump in here and quickly tell you that in the maps I did see nearby, but I didn't see it while I was here, what appears to be a submarine base, or at least an underground tunnel for boats, and the size of a submarine could easily fit. So that makes more sense to why we saw all that sort of bunker complex in that centre island on the way to St. Nicholas Fortress. So here we are at the end of this video or presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit different. It's a pity we couldn't actually get onto the St. Nicholas's fortress, but at least we found some bunkers that were quite interesting. If you did like the video, by all means click on the like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And once again, thanks for watching.